Good morning. This is the New York City Board of Standards and Appeals public hearing for February 6, 2018. This is the calendar to remove off-calendar cases. Item number 1, 14679BZ, 21011 Jamaica Avenue, Queens.
I'd like to make a motion to withdraw and also to advise DOB that the application will be withdrawn.
Chair Perlmutter?
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda?
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta?
Aye.
The application's withdrawn. Item number 2, 18295BZ, 18395BZ, 2465 and 2473 Broadway, Manhattan.
Okay, so this one, actually, they asked that we adjourn this so that they can add another application, really, because it would need to travel as both an extension of term of the previous PCE and probably a variance for the portion that's in the R district. So we discussed how much time to allow for an adjournment, because they really need to file the application for the variance.
You have to go to community board.
We have to go to the community board, all that stuff. And so the last time we heard this was 2 years ago, 2 Januaries ago. So, so as to not prolong the prosecution. So I'd say 4 months. They should submit in 4 months. And so that would be
June.
yeah, the end of, does that give us all of May? Yeah, the first week of June. So they need to submit by June 6th. But this is a variance application that they'll be submitting, right? So we need time to review it. So they need to submit their application by June 6th. But maybe what we should do then is have a hearing just to check that that was done. So we could have a hearing on June 19th.
So this will be a continued hearing. Okay.
Right. So it would be this case and a companion variance case calendared, or, I'm sorry, no, it can't be because it won't have been reviewed yet. So this case for the June 19th, and then eventually they'll start to run simultaneously.
Right.
Right, okay.
But we didn't have time to review it. Won't have had time.
Ready?
Yep.
Item number 3, 18608BZ, 3065 Atlantic Avenue, Brooklyn.
Okay. So this one.
Withdrawn.
Yeah, no, I know. I just want to see if we wanted to. Okay, yeah, so this is for a motion to withdraw. We don't have any construction going on the site.
Chair Perlmutter?
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda?
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta?
Aye.
Item number 4, 7-04BZ, 2208 Bowler Avenue, the Bronx.
Okay, this is, we need to reopen this case. So for a motion to open,
Chair Perlmutter?
aye.
Vice Chair Chanda?
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta?
Aye.
And so, yeah, so this is kind of a procedural motion to deny because we shouldn't have approved the application initially because it's impossible to extend a lapsed variance, right? So, and a new variance application was filed and has been heard already. So for a motion to deny,
Chair Perlmutter?
aye.
Vice Chair Chanda?
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta?
Aye.
So it's denied. Item number 5, 24808BZ, 3550 Eastchester Road, the Bronx.
For a motion to withdraw,
Chair Perlmutter?
aye.
Vice Chair Chanda?
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta?
Aye.
Oh, sorry. Item number 6, 9611BZ, 516 East 6th Street, Manhattan.
Also for a motion to withdraw, but we need to notify DOB that we are doing that because this was a legalization, so there's a legal construction.
Chair Perlmutter?
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda?
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta?
Aye.
Item number 7, 14412A, 339 West 29th Street, Manhattan.
And similarly for a motion to withdraw, but to notify DOB since there's a lot of illegal construction on the site or any violation.
Chair Perlmutter?
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda?
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Shepherd?
Aye.
Item number 8, 28612BZ, 1925 Union Street, Brooklyn.
Okay, for a motion to withdraw?
Chair Perlmutter?
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda?
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Shepherd?
Aye.
Item number 9, 350-12BZ, 532nd Street, Brooklyn.
This one, I just wanted, I don't know if we have to reopen it to hear, I just wanted to hear what the status of this.
It's not, I don't think it's
It
on for
wasn't closed.
decision.
It wasn't closed? Oh,
Yeah.
it's just off calendar, okay, right.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners. I'm David Rosenberg for Sheldon Lobel PC. We're respectfully asking for some more time on this one. The applicant, the pastor from Overcoming Love Ministries, is currently on a mission and out of the country, and we're unable to reach him at this time. We expect to be able to contact him in the next few weeks.
What?
Is this the right application?
No, wait.
I
Yeah,
think,
yes,
There's
What?
a pastor involved?
yes.
really?
Okay,
Yeah,
This is 532nd Street?
Yes,
this is the homeless.
yes.
So, I don't understand. So, this has been this was in hearing last in June, no, sorry. This started in June of 2014, and it's been adjourned 5 times since then, since October of 2014. And the last time it was heard, well, it was taken off calendar by letter request in May of 2015. Why should we be giving more time on this?
We're respectfully asking just for us to have more time to contact our client to get permission to withdraw. The bottom line of this is that there is a reverter deed that is recorded against the property by the federal government to take back. The original deed was to give the applicant 3 years to make the site suitable. Because of the complications of the variance application, that wasn't possible. And so the federal government has already recorded its reverter deed
Okay.
on the property, but we're asking for more time to get permission to withdraw the case from our client instead of
No,
having...
but we're the ones who decide about whether it should be withdrawn for, or dismissed for failure to prosecute in this case. I thought we received we didn't receive a
No.
withdrawal
No.
request.
How much time would you need?
We expect to hear from our client within the next few weeks.
Next few weeks. I'm confused. What do people think about this? I mean, it's
But
been
if it's
going
already
on
been
for
drawn,
I think we
years.
let it be for next few weeks because
Yeah.
they have not been able
I
to
think
reach
they'd
their
rather
client.
withdraw it, that's the
Right.
conversation I had with their office, than receive
Oh,
a
I
dismissal,
see.
but they don't have the authority to withdraw at this moment.
Oh.
So maybe if we gave them 2 months, we came back, gave them 2 months to get in touch with their client.
Why do we need, this guy is out of communication totally?
Yes.
Out of-
This happens often as part of a ministry. He goes on missions often around the world, and right now he is out on one of those, and we've tried to reach him, but we cannot. We expect to hear back from him in the next few weeks.
Wow.
Which organization?
Yeah.
Overcoming.
Overcoming Love Ministries.
Gotcha.
We could put it in for March.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we could put it on for March 27th.
Is that reasonable?
Yes. Thank you.
In the interim, if you do
Yes.
contact them and you submit the letter, that'll
Okay.
suffice.
Submit it as
Right.
soon as you have it, yeah.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
it's already, the property's already reverted
And
back.
Yes.
So that's the other reason that I don't even understand this. They don't have control of the property anymore. So withdraw the application for what?
Right. How different.
Have you seen the reverter deed? Have you
Yes, I
seen-
have a copy of it with me.
Can we see it?
Yes.
So then
They
this is
don't have any
no...
authority over
They
the
don't
site.
they don't have owner's authorization. The feds own it.
So it's not subject to zoning anymore?
I mean, this is what, unfortunately, I've
is
worked
true.
on these
Yes.
Vento,
Yeah.
these McKinney-Vento projects are frequently like this. A not-for-profit comes in that doesn't have the wherewithal to do the project, and it reverts back to the feds. So
Yeah.
whatever the reason for the wherewithal, in this case, there was a variance, right?
Reverted back, yeah.
Said quitclaim.
And then the Fed.
The United States of America, as grantor, conveyed da-da-da-da, and whereas it provided that the premises were subject to certain conditions, and whereas the ministries has committed a substantial breach of conditions subsequent number 1 and 3 of the quitclaim for failing to place the property into use for the purposes conveyed within 36 months from the date of the quitclaim, which was 2011, August 2011. So that would have been
August
14.
2014.
Right, so they didn't
The
even come, they
application
didn't
was
even
from-
apply for an app, they didn't even come to hearing until June of 14.
So this was done
When was the
after?
date of, when was this recorded?
Um,
9/24/15?
15,
Or,
2
sorry,
years
2
ago.
Yeah, 10/15.
They haven't owned the property for 2 years, it was taken off calendar.
5 months after it was taken off calendar. it was
Yeah,
recorded.
right. Whereas the U.S. acting by and through the Secretary of Health and Human Services does hereby declare that such breach has occurred. Whereas notice of this action has been given, now therefore you are hereby notified that on account of the aforesaid breach, Health and Human Services has elected and does hereby elect to exercise the option reserved to the United States of America in said deed, and that all right, title, and interest at, and in any and all improvements together with all and singular have reverted to and become the property of the United States of America.
Yeah.
There's no authority for us to act on this application, so we have to withdraw it. What do? We
Dismiss
can't
it for
dismiss
lack
for
of
jurisdiction. For lack of
Yeah.
jurisdiction, yeah, sorry. So, for a motion
Okay.
to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction.
Chair Perlmutter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta.
Aye.
Dismissed. LOJ.
That's unfortunate, and unfortunately what happens to a lot of these properties, really unfortunate. You get it, and then they take it. They give it, and they take it away.
And there's no
Interesting.
recourse, like it's not like you can have.
It
go
goes
back.
back onto the list, and then then
Find
it's.
another
Right,
profit to
and,
do it.
right, and you don't know, this has been back on the list since 2015, so the list is publicly, it's
And it may not go back to the
published.
same entity, it would,
They wouldn't give it to somebody who was unsuccessful.
Right.
Right? And so now it goes out again, they form another one of those development, whatever they're called, development agent
so it would be then
authorities.
a new application because new ownership. whatever.
Right.
Yes, or they might choose to do something else, like this was for residential. If they did it for use group 5, then they could do, or other kinds of services. The building is ginormous though, right? So, yeah, but there are as-of-right uses arguably.
And
And interestingly, on this one, you may remember this, Richard Lobel did a really interesting analysis on federal preemption, where the idea that the federal government gives you property and tells you, go use it as, but you can't because the zoning won't allow it. So isn't that the federal government saying, you can use it as, and the feds obviously preempt the city, but apparently Department of Buildings didn't buy.
unless it's a federally owned land, then Fed can overrule it, but if
Right.
it's
Because
not,
once they
No.
transfer
Right.
it,
But
then you can.
that's, I think, how DOB viewed it, but the terms of the act is such that they transfer ownership, and now you're supposed to use it for the designated purpose, right? So wouldn't the act sort of travel with it, the designated purpose, in some way?
Maybe in certain states that may be allowed, maybe.
Well, no, but the feds over, it wouldn't be a
But
state.
what Richard's research was, also if the feds want local regulations to
Yeah.
control in certain aspects, they'll be explicit about it. In the absence of that explicit, direction to
Yeah.
local municipalities is saying, in the absence of saying local municipalities can control this, the feds.
Which hypothetically, like you have the NEPA regulation, which is the federal environmental regulation.
That's supposed to be for-
Then there is the state regulation, New York State secret regulation, which
Usually
overrides the
higher.
NEPA, and secret overrides
Well, there, no,
because
only
it's more
be-
specific.
they're
More
strict-
specific.
they're
NEPA
stricter.
sets the floor,
Right.
right? And so
Right.
state and city regulations have to be more
So wouldn't this
restrictive.
be somewhat similar? You have the Fed regulation and their city is setting.
But the feds don't have a land use regulation,
Oh,
is
right.
the point,
Yeah.
right? So they're conveying property that, where the requirement is the property be used in a certain way, where it's impossible locally for it to be used in that way. So,
It's like when they cite post offices, for instance.
right,
Or other federal policies.
those are preemptions. But of course, the feds own those. Well, no,
Yes.
they don't always own them, they're tenants. We learned on 14th Street, the federal
Oh,
post
yeah,
office
yeah.
They were
rented
renting.
from the
Wouldn't they-
30s,
Then shouldn't they be
right?
better off issuing it with the land lease and retaining ownership?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Give
it
the
should be
land
land, they
lease.
should be, but that's not how the act is written. And
Right.
it's also,
It's
you know, the written just
Yeah.
is
It's
like,
not
we don't
specific.
want this
Right.
anymore.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we
It's a
don't want to
quick
be a
claim.
landowner.
Yeah, the deed is so intense, it says we don't want anything.
Right.
Right, so,
So, okay, super interesting.
next time.
Item number 10, 189-13A, 20 Daya Court, Staten Island.
Okay, we did receive, okay, so with a motion to withdraw?
Chair Promoter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta.
Aye.
Item number 11, 330-13BZ, 2801 Brown Street, Brooklyn.
Okay, this one, submit a motion. So this one, I don't think,
It's spoken yesterday.
so this is the one where they applied for 73-622, which is not allowed if you've done a lift pursuant to 64A20 or A30. And so they wanted to adjourn, but we don't actually have jurisdiction under 622 on this application. So I think we need to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction.
I spoke to him yesterday, he was speaking to his client about withdrawing. I never received any.
Right. So, okay. So I'd like to make a motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction.
Chair Promoter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta.
Aye.
Item number 12, 204-14BZ, 55 Wythe Avenue, Brooklyn.
Okay, we just received a letter yesterday afternoon requesting a withdrawal. So, for a motion to withdraw.
Chair Promoter,
Aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta.
Aye.
Item number 13, 6315BZ, 35 Sutton Place, Manhattan.
Okay, this one, we received a withdrawal request, so I'd like to make a motion to withdraw, but to advise DOB of this because it's a legalization.
I believe we already have.
We already have.
Okay, it's just
Sure. Yeah,
tying
I'll
up the
verify.
little strings.
Chair Promoter,
Uh-huh, aye.
Vice Chair Chanda,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta.
Aye.
Item number 14, 246-15BZ, 1462 62nd Street, Brooklyn.
Okay, this one is actually a kind of, sort of a companion case. It was a variance application originally wanting to enlarge the building, and then it was traveling with a 7319 special permit. So, and now there's no interest in enlarging the building, so the 7319 should be sufficient, assuming they can make the findings of the 7319. In this case, this would be withdrawn at the time of the decision on the 7319, so we need to keep it alive. I totally understand they might not make the 7319 findings, so then they would go back to a variance under school deference and so on. So the last case, this case was last heard on November 14th, and I think there's a
There's a continued hearing on February 27th.
February 27th. So maybe what we should do is just have them travel together and adjourn this to February 27th, and then they're always together
Together.
as a companion, and we don't lose track. Okay.
So we're adjourning this one, continued hearing.
To
Okay.
February 27th, no
Okay,
submissions.
February 27th. This concludes the public hearing for February 6, 2018.